Hello everyone and welcome back to another qualifier match, this time around with Aurore versus Azure on the Artist. Now, let's see, interesting add-on choice here. We got Egg, which gives the Artist 4 crows. Sanguine, what do you think of this choice?
Well, it's certainly an interesting choice to say the least. It's not really used as much in comp. Maybe they did not have a better add-on, or maybe their playstyle requires 4 crows. But it's certainly I'm excited to see what it will do. As you can see, the artist is at the moment trying to get an injure with the crows. Maybe trying to get a double tap with them if possible, which might be the case that's happening here. Oh, unlucky they have a pallet here. What did you? Oh, okay, yes. So the double tap did happen, which is a very fast down. Yonder, do you have anything to add about this early game?
Definitely a pretty strong early game, to be honest. Like a pretty fast down, very good usage of the crows. Oh, we're using all 4 crows with unfortunately not even a single swarm, but we do know that someone is on main. Again, very interesting choice with the 4 crows. I wonder if they're gonna give us any kind of value.
It might be that the artist is gonna use them for sniping, which from the artist gameplay I have seen and played myself, it's either you use the crows as snipes or just in chase. The second one being the better one, but the first one still being pretty prominent as well. And as you can see with the 4 crows, it's a lot easier to get information about where the survivors are. Don't you really know?
I mean, honestly, with 4 crows, you have a lot more ability to get information on the survivors, what the survivors were about. Oh, we do have a tag with the ball. Let's see if it's gonna do anything. Trying to go for a cheeky mid-chase snipe, unfortunately. Oh, barely missing since we proc Killer Instinct. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate. We get
It
the
does.
save on Claudette. Let's see, is the chase gonna be quick? I mean, it is main. It could last a while if... Oh, okay. Going very wide to dodge the birds. Very unlucky last second swarm removal. And this will most likely be a down.
It does seem to be that way, yes. As they were chasing Edgemat, it allowed for the team to actually reset and maybe put some pressure back onto the game after that early down in the beginning. I do see that the first gen is being popped right now.
Out PR. And oh, we actually are... Oh, no, our Claudette most likely got hit by Killer Instinct. No, actually, we somehow missed the Claudette. That is a bit unfortunate for our artist here, not knowing that there was a progress gen on Shaq. Knowing where Ace is, that is a wonderful use of the crows. Oh,
Unfortunately, he did dodge the second pair of crows, but they will be getting the M1, so would it have even mattered if he dodged it? That's the question.
interesting decision to chase towards Shaq, considering that our teammate earlier was at Shaq. Maybe the Claudette did rotate for the save. But let's see. No, they did not rotate for save. I don't think they called out the chase going to Shaq, and this will be a down. Very unfortunate situation here for the, Azure survivors. Very unfortunate for not calling out the chase, and Ruin gone for the killer, however.
It does seem like the killer will not be going basement if it's even in Shack. It should be, yeah. However, it does seem that the killer will be going back, trying to get back to main, maybe. They kicked a gen and are currently trying to locate a survivor, which seems to have worked. Because they get the injure here. Oh, it does seem like there is a bit of a bit higher pressure on the survivors right now. Yonder, do you
Very
think this will be a quick match, or do you think this is going to take a bit longer?
well, as we can see from the way the survivors are currently playing. Um, we definitely have some gen pressure, but at the same time the chases are not taking a lot of time. The chases are very quick. We saw the Ada try to dodge earlier on 4, but the dodge didn't really come through. And now we're already in another chase with 2 injured survivors and someone on hook. This is just so unfortunate. Like, the killer right now is playing very, very well, using his birds very well, and oh my god, we have another down.
Well, I can definitely say this artist knows what they are doing, which don't really see a lot of artist players in competitive or in DBD in general. And it does seem like this person has committed the time and the practice to getting better on this
Oh!
killer. Ooh, are they going to be able to find the last survivor? Yes, they are. They're going to go for the unhook, and they get that. We do see them barely hit the survivors as well. That looked kind of close on the screen there, and they are going to get the edge map injure, but unfortunately not with the crows as well. And the survivors are going to try to recover during this. As we can see, a shack is being used already in the game, which I honestly agree with. It should have been, and we do see another down here. Yonder,
Oh,
didn't this come very close to already being a finished match?
I mean, as we can all see, it was very, very close to a finished match already. But our artist player is playing out of her mind right now. Like, it's again like you said earlier. There's not a lot of artist player in DBD right now, but the ones you do occasionally see are either not very good or they're very cracked. Just like something like a Twins player. It's either a new Twins player or a very good Twins player. And our artist here definitely seems like someone who puts the time in and maybe discovers something we're not necessarily aware of, like this egg add-on. Very interesting choice again. But yeah, our artist player is playing very well, although we did let the pressure slip a bit since we have 2 resets from 2 people down and someone on hook. But I'm still sure that our artist will most likely get the final good result here with a 4K. What is your final prediction here, Lucas?
Well, I do agree that even though the survivors have reset, even though they are working on gens right now, we will be seeing someone out of the game at what almost 4 gens, like at 3 gens right now, which is quite insane. Just like the snipe here, it's quite insane to see that someone is being hooked out of the game this fast. I think the survivors put a bit too much on the tempo and forgot to actually focus on trying to get the win here.
Interesting dodge from this, but I do think that actually procced Killer Instinct for the artist, so she knows that Ace is there. But like you said, yeah, we already have someone out of the game. We have the Claudette here on her. Like, the game, like this game kind of folded. Like, once the game started, the artist kind of knew already what to do. She definitely came in with a game plan. Although that Noed might actually go to waste. Sadly, I think there was a little lack of confidence there with Noed. Although the average stages for artists, if I'm not mistaken, is like around 4 or 5 stages. So I guess maybe that's why Noed was chosen. But again, our artist player here really giving it her all. Currently chasing Ace here on 2. Let's see if this chase will go down quickly. Oh, actually, we're
He
trying to
might
pressure
leave.
the map. Interesting.
Yeah,
Definitely trying to get use of several hands here. Unfortunate.
ooh, she wasted her crows on a gen nobody was at. That is quite unfortunate. Oh, we do see people here. How did they not proc the killer instinct? That's quite interesting to see as well, with the Ada actually falling for the mind game, and we are gonna see maybe another gen pop, but it does look quite severe for the survivors, because as you said, artist is a pretty low stage killer, if I remember correctly. We do see a down here. Are they gonna be able to pop that in time yonder? Do you think so?
I was a bit too late to answer, but yeah, they're most likely gonna, yeah, they pop this. Unfortunately, that this will not be a crow down, but most likely a swarm for our credit here. Interesting. Ooh, we tried to go for a downlink crow here, but unfortunately didn't really come through. Our artist player again, like I haven't really seen a lot of artists in comp, although I do have a friend who plays her, but again, seeing her in general, very crazy. Ooh, unfortunate miss there at the window.
That seemed to be a very unfortunate miss. Might have actually been something like resilience, even. And we
Ooh,
do see the
nice.
down here, which very smartly, very well played by the artist, putting an extra crow to make sure that the cooldown didn't go off is very smart, very well done. We do
Oh,
see the second to last gen being popped here by the Ace with the very cool sweater.
yeah, very interesting outfit to say the least. Very colorful for sure. Oh, but we do know that the ace is around 1-2 side, 1 to 2 side, and also know that the Ada is a jack. Very, very good for the killer here, knowing where everyone is at the moment. Ooh, what are we trying here? Oh, unfortunate that our Ada did a smart play and went on the other side of the map. Let's see how this plays out. Sending a crow to main. Unfortunate, no swarm. But this will most likely be a quick chase. We are after our zone in this one part of the map.
You have to
And that
remember
will be
that
the down.
zoning is the artist's primary power. Yes, you can use the crows as information or even as getting injuries, but it's mainly used for zoning, which we did see here with the Ada getting zoned in the corner. And with the Ada on the hook and the Ace injured, are they gonna be able to finish anything? I don't believe so.
A lot of progress on this gen. Still trying to see if the ace is at main. But unfortunately, oh, we're actually going for the save. A very interesting play. Just trying to stall out the game. Maybe trying to get that last gen done for the points. But let's see if this is really gonna go anywhere, since after all, it's a 2v1 against a killer that has a lot of map knowledge, especially again with the how's it called? With the egg add-on, who gives us one more crow for more info.
Mhm. It does
Oh,
seem
and we
like,
see Ada.
oh, the killer just knew where Ada was. That is some very good game sense, if I can say so
Very
myself.
unfortunate here.
And it does seem like this is gonna be a 4K1 because there is no unbreakable in play if I remember correctly.
No, no, no.
So yeah, that is gonna be a 4K1 for Aurore, and it is it's gonna set the standard a little bit high, especially for this killer artist, where the stages are normally not this high in competitive. So I'm excited to see what Azure's killer can bring us today.
Oh, well, Azure's killer has definitely got to put out a grand performance here to come back. But, you know, you never know. Competitive is unpredictable after all. But let's see.
There certainly are some trump cards in competitive. There are some very good players who have not really made a name for themselves yet. We can confirm that, and we are very excited to see what it's going to bring today.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Azure versus Aurore. This time around with Azure on the killer, with almost the same build, but no Nomad. We instead have Agitation, and the add-ons are actually the more baseline add-ons we usually see on Artist. and we are already finding someone on 5 here. Let's see if the chase can start, and it will actually, with already injuring the Nia here. Sanguine, what do you think Azure's killer can come back here?
I think it's definitely possible. Like as we saw last game as well, the first hit was given pretty fast, and I don't think this Nia will have a lot here if it's just gonna if the artist is gonna go for the M1. No, it does seem like it's again a pretty fast start here. And the perks are a little bit different, so we do see the pain res coming in as well. I think that the pain res is definitely gonna help the killer a bit more with the gen slowdown than last match. Don't you agree, Ander?
I mean, obviously, Pain was pretty much the most used killer perk at the moment, if not pretty much since its release. But
Definitely, yeah.
yeah, I mean, pretty much every single killer can use Pain Res and get value out of it. So yeah,
Exactly.
obviously, Artis here just trying to kind of interesting. This is definitely a different playstyle from what we've seen last game. Instead of going for like chases, we're going for more map pressure, which fair enough. Not only do we
Exactly,
have
yeah.
a zoning killer, we also have a killer that can have a lot of information on the survivors' whereabouts. Setting up 3 crows, interesting. Is this gonna do anything? Oh, it is. We have 2 survivors wound up. Most likely gonna try and go for the tunnel out here, which is very possible actually.
Does seem like a big possibility for the tunnel out. Simply because at the moment they don't really have to worry about any stress, any fresh hooks, having to get pain res or anything about that like that. At the moment they are in a pretty good spot where they can simply just kind of influence the match by just going and trying to get the one person out already, you know? Ooh, oh, that is actually a hit. I thought that was gonna be a miss. My bad. We do see the first gen being popped, though. Is there gonna be a down here? No, it doesn't seem like it. Yonder, do you think the survivors will have enough pressure to actually win this?
I mean, as we can see, the generator at this hill here is very progressed, and who knows what other generators they have progressed. Maybe something around 7 to 8 side of the map. Kind of
That's
going edge map? No, we're actually dropping the pallet here, not dying, just trying to get away as far as possible. Very interesting decision. Oh, okay. I mean, that
oh,
did waste a bit more time than what it could have been. Okay,
however,
we see our survivors here walking around the main side of the map. So there is definitely a lot of gen pressure going on with that hill gen, shack, and this two
yeah,
generators around the
generator,
main side. Definitely
yeah.
a lot of pressure, definitely trying to just get the win con and get out of here. But
However,
is
you
our
do have to
artist
keep
gonna
in
find
mind
out
that
where
the
the
killer
survivors are?
does have ruin, so as long as the killer can hold the gen at hill, it doesn't seem as though they can actually pressure it that much due to ruin.
Ooh, very unfortunate here. We actually do find our survivor working at shack here. Unfortunately, it's the Claudette as well. This is gonna be very unfortunate here for our survivor, since obviously the only injured survivor on the map has been found, and also dying pretty close to the hook. Very, very, very unfortunate actually.
It
Oh,
does.
we're slugging.
It does seem rather unfortunate, like an unfortunate turn of events for the only injured survivor on the map to be found. It's not a spot you want to be in matches, and
Oh,
we do see that the ace is reaching second stage when the second gen is being popped.
oh, very nice snipe there.
It was indeed a beautiful snipe, and we do see the unhook happening, but are they going to be able to actually do anything due to them being already injured? And we do see the endurance effect.
Ooh, a lot of
Okay.
mind gaming here, very interesting. Very interesting mind games here. Are we gonna get this pallet? Ooh, very unfortunate hit through the pallet. However, we have everyone injured with so much pressure. Ooh, we did swarm Nia. We know that she's around Shack. But the question is, can we actually fasten up this game? Because after all, our artist here has to get the win con. Oh, but our ace actually, wait, so ace is dead on hook. This is actually very big hit for the survivors. One less survivor to go on gens. But at the same time, I feel like our survivor are already just going in for the gens. They don't really care about having the longest chases. They just want those gens and to potentially get someone out of the game, regardless of how the chases are gonna go. We know that the Claudette is a check, but she got rid of her crows because of the locker. Let's see. Are we gonna commit to this? No, we are just trying to have information on the map. Sanguine, my dear friend, do you think that Aurore can maybe, I don't know, have like a slip up or something,
Well,
or are they just gonna get out?
I do think you have to keep the possibility for human errors in mind. It's not as if these survivors that are playing here are the average custom match bots that loop everything perfectly, if you know what I'm saying. But you do have to keep in mind that these are actual people. Yes, it may be calm, but these people can definitely mess up. They have to just make one wrong mistake, and it can mean the end for them, which I do believe is possible. Because at the moment we do see someone with the crows at main, and it is the injured person again, which is the second time this has happened during the match. And it does look like this slip up might mean that the match is gonna end a bit sooner than expected. Do you agree, Ander? What do you think this will do for them?
I mean, obviously, finding a survivor and it being the only injured survivor is very, very unlucky. But at the same time, not only did we find the only injured survivor, we also kind of failed to call out Painless. That is very unfortunate, especially since the gen was very highly progressed. Um, very nice use of the crows here. However,
Exactly.
can we actually capitalize on these crows and maybe get an injure?
It
No,
should be
unfortunately.
possible. Oh, no. That is quite unfortunate. However, it does seem like the Janet Shack is very close to popping. They might actually pop that Janet Shack. But I do believe that if the killer just does keep in mind that if the killer is near it, then it's gonna be a lot more difficult for them to play out. And it does look like like this chase might be going a bit fast. No, the killer seems to be leaving the chase,
Probably
which
just
is
deciding to pressure the map instead of committing to a chase that would have not necessarily gotten much. Keep in mind we still have one pain rust left, which who knows? Like in every game, there is a possibility that that one last pain rust token can save the game with that insane regression it has. Currently just trying to see where the survivors are at the moment. We are slowly moving to our check, however, and ooh, we do see the Nia going very close to the birds, most likely triggering killer instinct here. And ooh, as we can see, the main generator is very highly progressed, which was obviously gonna pop here, no matter if the artist is gonna send crows or not. Very, very well pressured by the survivors. Generally incredibly well played, and we still got that 50% on that hill gen next to main. The survivors are most likely gonna get out of this game
it
unless
does
the pain rush comes in last second.
it does look that is if the survivors pop one more gen, it will be a win for Azure, which or sorry, Aurore, if possible. Apologies. Which is gonna mean that they actually pop it, which means that they are going to the main bracket, since this was a best of one qualifier match.
Pretty unfortunate for our Azure killer here, because although they did not manage to get into the main bracket, that does not mean that they played badly. Our killer here definitely gave it his all, definitely played as well as he could. Again, Arctis is a pretty difficult killer, I would say. Just because people are not playing her doesn't mean that she's bad. She's just a very, very difficult killer to get a good result with. You can be as good as possible, but if the survivors just play well, play their chases accordingly, spread the gens out, even with her information. After all, one of our best counters are literally the lockers that are next to a gens. They just hop on your locker, no more crows, so yeah, very unfortunate thing. Interesting body block. Do we have a gate close by? Not really.
It doesn't look like it,
Interesting
no.
decision. Oh, but wait. What if the Claudette here has more stages than our Nia, so we're just thinking ahead? I'm not aware of the stages at the moment because of the bugged spectator mode. But yeah, this is gonna be a down on the Nia. I think. No, never mind. Just again, just staring at you.
Oh,
Oh, that is very...
we do see the down.
That was a
Oh,
cute interaction between the
yeah.
two sides. And, oh, an Arctis
Definitely a
Mori.
sportsmanlike interaction, yes.
Yeah, haven't seen an Arctis Mori in a very long time, actually. Beautiful. So, that was the qualifier. Sanguine, any final words before we wrap this up?
Well, I do want to say both killers played it phenomenally, in my opinion. Like they did their best. They delivered a very good performance in my humble opinions. And even if one was better than the other, I think it's important to also note that this was a very I'm gonna say weird set due to the map that it was played on. Usually artists is played on wreckers instead of the map, the Autohaven map. And yeah, other than that, I must say this was actually very fun to watch. If you want to add anything, Yonder.
Well, I just want to thank everyone for coming in today and watching this. And yeah, see you in the next qualifier game.
Yes, sir.